welcome to the most exciting part of PAC. And we've had some great fun. Not much scandal, need more shagging.
I'm Tim Jones, for those that don't know me, which is probably most of you. I'm based in New York and I head up the operations of Zenith Optomedia in North America. But 25 years ago I was working in London, and at that time I was fortunate enough to be chairman of the IAA Associates. The inspiration for this conference is actually quite an interesting story. I think I went to my first client marketing conference back then. We just won DHL, and they were rolling out from North America into Europe and other parts of the world. And this marketing conference they held brought together their various executives, and they had a guest speaker, and then people were put into groups and worked on a task that the speaker set, and it was interspersed with a lot of inspiring presentations and videos and break bumpers, and surrounding all of that was a kind of great social calendar as well. A lot of eating and drinking and really networking and coming together. And I just thought that would be a fantastic forum for the associates of the IAA, the uppers and comers in our industry. And so I unashamedly took that model and created PAC, Participate, Associate, Communicate. And I was amazed to hear from John just at the weekend that is still going today. That blew my socks off. The interesting story is that conference took place in the Gambia in West Africa. So you could say the roots for PAC actually emanate from that little sliver of land right on the western edge of Africa.
Well, I've been going to PAC for 16 years as a delegate and on the committee. It's a great place to go. You should be there if you're just joining this industry, because well, you'll make friends for life and you'll just have the best fun for 3 days in Oxford. What could be better than that?
As someone who's on the committee right now, I'm thrilled that PAC has made it to 25 years. There's no course like it for someone that's young and in the media industry.
So PAC was fantastic. It was a great networking opportunity. I still have the friends that I used to have in my PAC group. It has been also tremendous to learn how to pitch and get to collaborate, which is essential as you career move forward. And it was just fun, like a good times with good friends, and you keep those friendships going forever. So a fantastic course, and I would advise everybody to do it. The only problem with international and PAC is that you get to meet different nationalities, such as the Scottish, and I'm still trying to decrypt Alan Fagan's Scottish accents, or Glaswegian as they call it.
It was in a time of immense change, although when one looks at the changes in our industry just now, it does put it rather into perspective. It was still, I would say, quite a cuddly industry, quite a friendly sector of a bigger industry, and it was actually Tim Jones's inspiration, and one of the most inspired things that Tim actually did, in addition to having the idea, was to have a really fantastic group of people around him, and I was lucky, privileged to be one of them.
Steve Middleton, age 28. Yes, I was on PAC in the heady days in the mid-90s. I was well warned about the fact that it was 24/7 for 3 to 4 days, and it was work and drink, and it was an opportunity to network with luminaries from the business, but also people your own age who just joined 2 or 3 years into media, and it allowed me to work with people intimately for 3 days, and still have those relationships now.
When I took it, I was actually at the very first PAC, which obviously was a long time ago, and to be honest with you, as a delegate, it was a complete and utter shambles. Very badly organised, even though Tim Jones was my boss, so I better be careful in case he's watching. In those days there wasn't just one brief, there were like 8 groups and they had 8 different briefs. So can you imagine having to try and judge 8 different groups responding to 8 different briefs? It was a complete disaster.
It was good fun. It was a lot of drinking, a lot of hedge jumping, and a lot of late nights.
One of my abiding memories is of the enormous contrast between how really disorganised we were behind the scenes and how immensely impactful our events actually were. And I think it's a little bit like organising a party. You never quite enjoy it as much yourself, although we made a fairly big effort to do that. But the most rewarding thing was that we were helping our fellow young IA members to broaden their spectrum, to understand the breadth of the industry that they worked in, and actually we were learning ourselves, so we were the same age as some of the people that were attending.
The delegates work on a real challenge with a real client on an active brief, and expert speakers come in and talk about everything from comms and channel planning and branding through to presentation skills and telling a story.
My wife banned me from actually going because it used to take me a week to get over the PAC.
Yeah, no, I believe a lot of relationships, well, I know a lot of relationships were spawned at PAC back then in Jesus College, Cambridge, before it moved to Oxford.
I did PAC, I can't remember how many years ago, but all I remember was it was my lucky time of the year. It was great memories, absolutely loved it. I hope you guys are all enjoying it and having as much luck as I did.
We didn't have these newfangled computer things back then and internet, all that stuff that the kids are using today. We had good old things like overhead projectors, and we used to have to get sort of felt tip pens out and write our presentations on. It was tough, but we had a good time. Yeah, we made it work for us. We used to talk to each other. It was a sociable group of people, learning and having fun together, like it should be.
So I learned an awful lot about how our industry worked. It was one of the rare occasions where we pushed ourselves into sectors of the advertising industry that we didn't traditionally work with day to day.
Although most years we're threatened to never return, usually because of Jonathan Oliver, we're lucky enough to keep going back to the wonderful settings of Merton College in Oxford. It's a truly inspiring environment for the delegates to be in.
I attended PAC in 2005. I'd say that for anyone starting out in the industry, it's a great way to get to know lots of people and make lots of new friends. The good thing about it is there's a mixture of agency people there, clients there, your peers, as well as the senior people you can learn a lot from. And I thoroughly recommend it to anyone who's getting started in the media agency industry.
And for me, it has created a framework around which I have developed the rest of my career in a number of senses, both in terms of real people that I keep in real contact with and who I have the privilege to call my friends, and also just some of the memories of some people that I haven't actually seen for an awful long time, but whose impact on me is still valid today because I learned something from them. And I think that it seems amazing to me that 25 years later the event is not just still going, but actually is much bigger than it was when we were doing it. It's famous. It's created a number of millionaires, a number of CEOs, a number of really successful people.
Time and fortune have been involved with PAC now for well over 20 years. And we recognise it as an international media school of excellence. Something that every young, aspiring media executive should get involved with and enjoy.
So PAC was absolutely incredible. I did it in 2006. I learned loads, I met loads of great people, and look at me now, I'm on my own yacht in Cannes at the Lions.
One simple reason is that you learn so much about our industry. And the second reason is you can meet some fantastic people that you'll make friendships and lasting contacts throughout the rest of your media career. I cannot recommend it highly enough. PAC!
So to conclude, PAC still is the best social networking platform.
But it was a success then, and it's just fantastic to hear that it's still a success today.
PAC!
I like PAC. PAC is excellent, but I have no idea what it stands for.
Without a doubt, I would say that PAC is a fantastic, possibly life-shortening, but very valuable experience.
Tickets are going like hotcakes, so you better hurry. Sign up now.
I'm going to be looking back in time now, and I'm going to pass over to a much more handsome version of myself to wrap this little video up. Over to you. The end.
Thank you very much.